PM. I've answered this, very clear cut. What you need is a good Prime Minister. It doesn't matter whether it's a man or woman. That's a top priority. And with regards to a non-Malay Prime Minister, the Democratic Action Party as well as Islamic Party have stated their positions. Basing it on Malaysia's current political reality, it would have to be a Malay. So that's our position for now. And I think, again, our main focus is to ensure the elections is not rigged, that you can translate the will, the desires of the people, and you don't have political pirates taking away ballot boxes, because that's just really will be disastrous for our country. Now, the third question by Amira, I don't know, man. I mean, expectations. I am an optimist, well, more a realist. Both of us are realists because, again, I was there with the party when we were left with one seat in 2004. I know how difficult it is to campaign alongside with the opposition. There's many challenges, and it's not easy. And 2008 was really a huge boost for us. And I think for us now, whatever it is, it will be close. And that's why we're making a lot of conciliatory gestures, to assuage, to allay the fears of some quarters, because we already have more than 1 trillion ringgit in terms of capital illegal outflow. So we don't want to spook the markets, shall we say? And I think it's important here to start saying whatever happens, we have to ensure the transition takes place peacefully. It will be very close. I doubt that any particular coalition will get a huge majority. And of course, Sabah Sarawak, the fortress of BN, 1/3 of it is very crucial for Pakatan to ensure we are able to form the next federal government. But the process will take place now, and I think Dato' Andika gave a suggestion to forget the small fishes and focus on the big fishes. And I think people can have different opinions on that matter, but for me, our position is it's not going to be a witch hunt. If we were to take power, it's supposed to be a process of nation building, and we have to be tempered in our responses. And of course, people who are really corrupt, I think, would have to pay for it, but not at the expense of the nation, one. And we have given clear message to the independent power producers, for example, that the contracts will be renegotiated. We cannot keep on losing 19 billion ringgit per year. It's just not tenable. And thirdly, with regards to the future of the IPP contracts, in fact, even the civil servants, one of the things that we've done to counter the SBPA scheme atau saraan baru perkhidmatan awam, the top tier will get up to 500% increase in pay, while the lowest, which is the Poman, agent pelaksana, etc., will get lowest 5 ringgit 13 cents. Okay.
The top tier.
Oh, top tier would be the Ketua Setiausaha Negara.
Actually, the highest is Attorney General. Actually.
Oh no.
The highest is Attorney General, and then the Chief Secretary to the government.
Yes. See, 500%. Would you agree Bani Patel gets it? Well, the point is, it's going to increase the discrepancy between the have and have-nots within the civil service even greater, and that's going to be disastrous. And I think we have made overtures, because for us, they have to be consulted. QPAX was not consulted before this scheme was introduced. It has been postponed now after pressure brought forth by the opposition, but I believe that these things have to be clearly explained in terms of to ensure that a smooth transition takes place. And of course, who knows what is the role of Tengku Razali and his Amanah gang. I know most Malaysians will know Amanah. Amanah is an NGO.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay, it was set up because a lot of UMNO and ruling Barisan Nasional politicians feel that they have a disagreement with the mainstream view of the party, and they have sort of broken ranks to a certain extent to indicate support to the clamour for change So that's an interesting development, as in within UMNO itself, there's that move disagreeing with the current Prime Minister. So again, we have a high chance at winning, but for me, what's most important, making sure the elections is free and fair. If it's not free and fair, then we're sort of doomed. Yes, so Raf, what did you present today?
I mean, I suppose I'll just add on. I'm a latecomer, so I don't know all the other questions that have been asked. But I think the question of IPP and all the current agreements are interesting to address because, number one, it's a huge burden on the public. People talk about rising costs, and if you are on the street in KL, I was on the flight just now, and even the stewardess are complaining because effectively you earn a lot less now than what you earned about 10 years back. And a lot has to do with the way we structure, or the way BN structure the agreements in the past. And if you look at our effective tax rate, personal tax rate, people can say that Malaysia has a relatively low tax rate compared to UK. People here pay 40%, highest tax bracket. But of course in Malaysia it's only 26%. But then you got tax in so many other indirect expenses because of these kinds of agreements. We have IPPs, the most notorious ones. You have the tolls, and the current ones to Syed Mokhtar. You even post is by concession nowadays. So the discussion in the past has been, if we were to take over, because we have vowed to undo all these agreements, how would that, what kind of signal do we send to, especially to the investing community? You see, if you take IPP as an example, and I think IPP is a test case that we can work on very quickly within 100 days if we were to take power, when we were to take power rather than if. The very basis of the concession agreement with IPP is to ensure that they recover their investments. In the 90s, IPP is not a new model. It's been implemented in Africa, in Pakistan, anywhere. It's a question of how you arrange the terms between the government and the concessionaires. In the case of Malaysia, it was done in such a way that practically these people have, and there are only 5 or 6 concessionaires in Malaysia, the richest of the richest. The top 10 richest Malaysians every year, 5 or 6 of them are actually IPP concession owners. And it was done in such a way in the mid-90s where they would have recovered their investment in the first 6 or 7 years. And after that is a question of reaping 2 billion worth of profits every year. Back then in the early 2000s when we were still rich, it was okay, people didn't really mind that much. But after 20 years of such an arrangement,